Hello everybody and welcome. This is Hallie, who is very playful this morning, and myself. We're going to go ahead and do a little yoga today, and I am so glad that you joined me. So maybe we can get Hallie to calm down a little bit as we get going here as well. So I want you to just go ahead and find a comfortable seated position today. And close your eyes. Now your seated position can be in a chair, it can be on the floor, it can be with your legs extended or with your legs crossed. I just want you to rest your hands. Soften your shoulders. And take some nice, big, deep breaths. Listen to the breath as it goes into the body and especially as it exhales out. I want you to find that calm center that is within each and every one of us all the time, no matter what the circumstance, no matter where you're at, what you're doing, what's happening around you. There is a calmness, peacefulness that is at the center of our core. The tongue drops, shoulders soften, relaxing the cheeks and the eyes. Feel the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And then let it go with the chest and the ribs coming in towards each other, and then the navel goes to the spine. Now we're going to go ahead and drop the chin to the chest and just relax here. Feeling the stretch in the back of the neck. Moving the chin over to the side, ear to shoulder. Feel that stretch. And then bringing around and going over to the other side, allowing for a stretch here. And then inhale and lift the chin back up. Lift the shoulders, roll back, up, down, and back. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. And then reverse. Relaxing the shoulders down. You can feel them separating from the ears. Lifting the right arm up. Look up to the ceiling and reach as far up as you can. Looking up. And then leaning off to the left with the left hand onto the ground. You stretch through that lateral body. Breathe. Inhale, lifting it back up. Switching your arms. Right hand goes down, left arm reaches. Reach, 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 reach. Keep that right shoulder down, away from the ear. Breathe deep. And lean to the right. Anchoring that left hip to the floor. Pressing into the hip bone. Feeling the sits bone anchoring. Inhale, lifting it back up. Reaching both arms up. go ahead and lower both hands down to the ground or to the knees, and then we're going to go ahead and switch those feet. Inhale, lifting up nice and tall once again. And then we're going to lift both arms up, reach up, and then bring it back down and push out, keeping the arms or hands shoulder distance or shoulder height. Push away from your shoulders. You don't want your elbows, you don't want your shoulders to come up. You want them to come down and then press out from the elbows into the wrists. Now bring the palms back together as you lift up. Soften out. Again, press out. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Extend from the elbows to the wrists. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it down. Push out. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring it down. Push out. And lift up. Last one. Push out. Inhale, lift up. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and lengthen the legs out in front. I want you to sit up nice and tall. The shoulders are back and down, the toes are lifted. You can feel your sits bones anchoring to the floor. I want you to interlace your fingers behind your back and open up the chest. Stretch those arms out straight, lift your chin up. Breathe deep. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Now just a slight hinge forward. Keeping the hands away from the back. Extend the crown of the head to your toes. Do not round the spine. Now inhale and lift it up. Reach the arms up. Now again, this is going to be the test for rounding that spine. Can you keep it straight? Hinge forward and reach to the toes. So straight back. You do not want to do one of these just to get yourself down farther. That's not what I'm trying to achieve here. I'm trying to achieve a nice stretch and lengthening of your back, awakening of the spine. Feel the calf muscles, the hamstrings, the low back, slightly squeezing those shoulder blades together. Now inhale and lift it back up. Circle the arms back on around. I want you to bring your hands down to the floor with your fingers pointing towards your buttocks. Bend your knees. Feet flat to the floor, hip distance apart. What we're going to do is we're going to lift it up into a tabletop. Feel the arms, the shoulders, the chest, the legs press into the feet, lifting the buttocks up. Now you want to keep your neck straight down from the spine or straight up from the spine. We don't want to look back and compress the neck. You want to keep it straight. Go ahead and lower the buttocks down and lengthen the legs back out. Inhale, raise the arms up, straight back. Hinge forward. Notice if you're coming down a little bit further, keeping the back straight. Inhale, lift up, and then circle it around. I want you to go ahead and take the right foot and place it on top of the left thigh. Seated tall. If this is too much, place your foot on the floor into the thigh instead of on top of the thigh. Try to flex the foot. And then again, come forward. Now you can hold that, or you can lift and lengthen. Exhale and come down again. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, come down. It's up to you on where you want to go with the practice. Remember, every practice, no matter who is guiding you along, it should be an individual practice, doing what works the best for you in this moment. Good. Inhale and lift up. We're going to take this left foot and bring it in close to the right knee, maybe even underneath the knee. Finding half lotus or back into a sukhasana, which is your regular cross-legged position, which what we were doing at the beginning of class. This might be taking it a little bit further for you. And then we're going to go ahead and hinge forward. You can hold here, or you can move to the side, go to the right. Notice any changes in your body. Notice your thoughts. And then move it on over to the left. And then we'll come back to center. Inhale, lifting it up. All right, we're going to go ahead and switch your legs. So now the right leg extends out. The left foot is into the thigh or on top of the thigh. Sit up tall, shoulders back and down. Flexing this left foot. Hinge forward. Nice straight back. Now again, if you want to lift and lengthen, you can, or you can hold. Undulate the spine if you want. Now inhale and lift up. Place this right foot underneath the left knee or bring it in front of the thigh. Again, you're seated nice and tall with the shoulders back and down. Going to go ahead and hinge forward. Close your eyes. Where's there tension? Can you breathe into it? Can you let it go? And walk it on over to the left. And then we'll bring it on over to the right. Close your eyes. And then we'll bring it back to center. Walking the hands around and lifting it back up. And lifting up, we go into a rounding of the spine, a cat-cow. Lean back with your navel in, your shoulders forward, your chin to your chest, and then lift it back up, rolling. Looking to the ceiling, squeezing the shoulder blades. Keep it going. Good. Let's inhale and lift up. Switch your feet. Sit up tall. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lean back, round it, hold on to those knees, and then inhale, lift up, press down onto the knees, and hinge forward with a straight back. Now round the spine as you come up, navel's in, roll the shoulders forward, lift up, lengthening, navel to the spine, round, lean back, lift up, exhale, come forward, press those knees gently down. Don't force it though. Lift and lengthen. Good. Enjoy the movement. Just let it flow through the body. Now inhale and lift up. Going to swing the legs around to the back. Coming to hands and knees. And then pushing back into a child's pose, lengthening those arms way out. You can feel maybe the shoulder blades lifting up, opening up the armpits. Move the hips across the heels, side to side, maybe even rocking across the forehead if it feels good. And then we'll bring it back to center. Coming up with the navel up. Hinge forward, dropping the tail slightly. Modified plank. Hold it. Squeeze those elbows. Broaden through the chest. Now bend the elbows into the ribs and lower the chest. Just a couple inches and then lift it back up. Lower down. Keeping the back straight and left. As you get going, you'll feel yourself wanting to come further and further down. Just know that you have to put yourself or pull yourself back up. And push it up. Push it up. Good. Now lower down. Bring the chest down, the tailbone still up. And then lift into a cobra. Now the cobra is up to you on how far you go. My back is not 100%, so I don't go up all the way, but I'll get a little bit better. I already feel a little bit stronger. Squeeze the glutes. Lifting up a little bit higher. Lower down. Soften your buttocks. Soften your low back. Now press the hip bones back down. Lift it up even a little bit more. Exhale, soften it all out. Roll back and lift it up even higher. And then go ahead and lower down. Soften out. Press the palms down. Lift back up into your modified plank. And then push back into your child's pose. And come into a down dog. So tuck your toes. Lengthen the arms. Lift the tailbone up and release the heels in the direction of the floor. Spread the fingers out wide, and again, squeeze those elbows in. Hold it. The face relaxed, the tongue down. Lift your heels. Come forward into a plank. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Lowering your chest down. Elbows into the ribs. Tailbone is lifted. Lower the hip bones down and lift it up into your cobra. Exhale. Lower down, soften the glutes. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift it back up. Lift the buttocks up and bring it back into a child's pose. Coming on up, Lifting into a down dog once again. Taking the right leg and lifting it to a three-legged down dog. Bringing that right foot forward. Step it up. Good. Looking forward, keep pushing back into the left heel. I want you to lower the left knee down. And then push back into a half pyramid. Keeping the toes down. Level your hips off. And now bending this right knee. I want you to twist, lowering the left hip down. You're opening up this right hip, looking over your right shoulder. And then bringing it back. Tuck your toes in the back. And then bring it into a runner's lunge. Back into a three-legged down dog. Level off your hips. Feel the strength in that left hip joint. Lowering the foot down. Now you're in the down dog again. Lifting the left leg, bringing it up. Stepping the foot forward in between the hands. Runner's lunge. And go ahead and lower down onto that right knee. Feel the stretch in the hip flexor. And then push back. And we'll find a pyramid. Bending the left knee. I'm going to go ahead and open up this left hip. Move the right hip towards the floor and look over your left shoulder. And then bring it back to center. Bringing the knee up. Back to your runner's lunge. Lifting that back knee. And then back to a three-legged down dog. Lowering into down dog. Bring the navel up, round the spine a little bit, and then go into a cow from your down dog. So it's a lifting, a chin to the chest, a lift of the heels, and then a drop of the heels, a lift of the tailbone, and a lift of the chin. Keep it moving. Level it off, come forward, lower down, lift, scoop up cobra, exhale back. Interlacing the fingers around the back in a child's pose. So if you're in a down dog, come back down onto the knees. Interlace your fingers and open up. Lifting those arms. Keep the tongue down. This is activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which relaxes us, it calms us. Now bringing it back up. Reaching back out. Rounding into cat. Lifting into cow. going to tuck the toes and lift it back up into a down dog. Maybe walking those hands out a little bit further. I'm going to take the left leg and lift it up once again. Three-legged down dog. This time, let's open up the hip. Feeling a twist. Now taking the knee and bringing it forward. Placing the foot in between the hands. Anchoring your feet. And we're going to lift just slightly so we have a straight line from our heel to our head. Rest the chest on your thigh if you can. Interlace the fingers behind your back and open up. Now if you want, go ahead and open up those feet a little bit and then allow the chest to sink down to the inner part of your thigh. Releasing the hands and coming back into three-legged down dog. Lower it down and down dog. Lifting the right leg up. Open up the hip. Level the hips off and step the foot forward once again. Now lifting up enough to rest the chest on the thigh. Release the hands. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Open up those feet. Stagger them a little bit if you need to drop the chest. Then down to the inner part of your thigh. Another variation of humble warrior. Go ahead and release. Bringing it back, lifting it up to your down dog, your three-legged down dog, and then to down dog. Push back the tailbone, bend the knees, lengthen out once again through the back, through the arms, and puppy pose. Good. Come forward into plank. Holding plank. Relax the tongue. Clear your mind. Lifting back up into down dog or go into a child's pose. If you're in child's pose, come back up into down dog. We're going to take our right leg and lift it up to a three-legged down dog. And then step the right foot forward. Lengthening out your spine, inhaling, lifting it up. I want you to sink. And then interlace your fingers behind your back and open up your chest. Looking up, keep squeezing your inner thighs. Just keep the breath moving. And then lift the arms. Open it up into a warrior two. Turn your back foot so that the toes are facing the long side of the mat. Your front knee should be over your ankle as you sink down. Your shoulders over your hips, your arms straight out. We're going to lift it up into a reverse warrior. Reaching up, lengthening. Keep opening up your arches of your feet. And then come back up. Straighten out the front leg. Keep your shoulders over your hips. And glide forward. Lowering that right hand down Now roll the left shoulder and the hip. See how there's a roundness coming into my side here? I want to lengthen that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release my hip and lengthen the side body out. Instead of being here, I am now here with length. You can take this left hand and bring it back behind you if you want to help open up even further, or you can keep the left arm up. It's up to you. Try not to put too much weight on this bottom hand. You can even release it if you want. Now lifting that left arm back up. Go ahead and lower the hand down. And we're going to maybe step forward a little bit with that left foot so that you can come into a full pyramid. You want your toes, all the toes, to be facing forward. Extend the crown forward. Enjoy the stretch. Now bringing the bend into the knee. We're going to walk our hands around to the long side of the mat. Now turn your toes in. Internally rotate your thighs and hinge forward. Interlacing the fingers behind your back if you're able to. And just melt. Lifting your arms as far up towards the ceiling or behind the head as possible. Now bringing the hands back down to the floor, lifting up, rounding your back, cat and cow. Good. We're going to go ahead and turn our toes out. Maybe bringing the feet a little closer together. It's all up to you and where you're at, where your hips at. Lifting up, shoulders back and down. Melt it down. Lift up and down. Open those hips. Pull the shoulder blades back. Up and down. Good. Now bringing the arms up and sinking down into horse. Squeeze the shoulder blades. There's a tuck here of the tail. You want the tailbone not to come back, but to tuck under. That's going to bring the navel in. And then we lengthen it out into our warrior two on the other side. So we've got our left knee over the ankle. So find a comfortable place. Bring your shoulders over your hips and look to the left fingers. Breathe. Relax your arms. Reverse warrior. Lift and lengthen. Inhale, lifting it back up, straightening out the front leg. Ooh, glide forward. A lot of popping going on there. See the roundness? Get rid of that. Release. It's the right glute, the hip. Lengthen here. In this left side. Looking up, rotating it around. Breathing deep. Beautiful. Can you feel it? Can you feel the calm that's within the work itself, within the stretch, within the strength? No matter what you're doing, that calm is there. Just got to tap into it, find it. Go ahead and lower that right hand, turn your right toes, lengthen your back, pyramid. Sink your chest to your thigh. Level your hips off. Now bend your front knee. Lengthen out, inhale, lift the arms up. Turn. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Turn your toes in. Start to hinge forward. Go only halfway. Feel the internal rotation of your femurs. Those thigh bones come all the way down as far as you comfortably can. Relaxing. Now releasing and lifting it back up, using your hands to help push yourself up. Going to turn the toes out, bend the knees, lift up. Remember, we're tucking that tail. Your hands should be going straight up and down if you place one hand on your belly and one hand on your low back. Good. Now release the hands back into your Sangha or horse pose. Now lifting it up, star. Bring the hands down. Heel toe the feet together. Bring the feet directly underneath your hips. Finding mountain pose, Tadasana. A pose of strength, of stillness, of focus, grounding. Feel the balance in both feet. Feel the calm from within, the stability of the center of the body. We're going to shift our weight to our left foot. The eyes open, finding a focal point. Lifting the right knee up. We're going to open that knee out to the side and find tree. Now you can bring your hands to heart center if you wish. Keep your focus. Or you can lift your arms up, interlacing the first three fingers. Thumb and index finger are lifted, lengthened out. You can lift your gaze if you feel like you can. Roll the shoulders back. You can stay there. You can move the foot onto the thigh. Push the hips back. Come into a standing pigeon. Hinge forward with that straight back that we've been working on. Feel the stretch in the glute. Bringing the knee up. Lowering down. Coming back into your Tadasana. Closing your eyes once again. Noticing the difference between the right and the left sides of the body. Shifting your weight to your right foot. Lifting your left knee up. So lifting that knee up on the left side. We open up and find tree. Make sure that you're stabilizing through the center. And lifting the arms. Bringing your foot onto your thigh if you want, or you can stay in tree. Your foot onto your thigh, we hinge forward. Make sure you're doing the same on both sides. And then we inhale, lowering the foot back down. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Bend your knees. Come down into a squat. Open your knees. Elbows press into the knees. Open it up. Palms are up. Feel the stretch of your back. The shoulders rolling forward. Heels can be up or down. Feet can be close together, even touching if you're able to, or wide. And then we'll go ahead and bring the knees together, finding a squat either here or here, hands down, hands up, or if you would like to, you could even try to move your way into crow. The palms are out in front, fingers spread wide, elbows into the knees. You're lengthening out your back, and you're going to go ahead with your elbows, forearms are parallel. We lift the toes. Coming back down. With the left leg over the right, making sure that your sits bones are level, back is straight, shoulders are down. Placing your hands onto your knees and allowing the hips to release. Now, if your hips are not level, move this left foot out in front. You're trying to bring the knees as close together as possible. You can be something like this. The knees are slightly stacked, but not completely. Another option is to place something underneath the right hip. To lift that up, that will drop the left hip down. And now I'm going to take it maybe into the eagle arms. Placing the right arm on top of the left. Wrapping the forearms, the shoulders are down, the elbows are lifted. Keep the tongue down. Listen to the silence, listen to the noises, whatever is going on around you. Do not dwell on any one noise. Don't put a story to it. Don't label it. Just acknowledge it. Find the beauty within every noise, the silence between the notes of a song, or the pauses in my voice, in the words, the fluctuations of the tones. Go ahead and unwind, lifting the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms back. Open up the chest, look up. And then we're going to go ahead and take the hands over to the right. Lifting up, walking it around, turning. Don't move your feet. Just pivot on the feet, on the ball mound. And rounding it all the way from front, back to the front. Now your legs are in opposite position. And you can just switch them around if that was too much. I think it's kind of fun. Alright, so from here, we're going to go ahead and place our hands onto our knees, Feel those hips. Where are they? Where do you need your legs? Where are your feet? Are you comfortable enough to be able to release that tension as you go into each breath? Now we're going to go ahead and add the arms if you wish. Lifting the arms up, crossing the left elbow over the right, and wrap the forearms. Shoulders are down, elbows are lifted. Press the elbows gently away with the shoulders coming down, the chin goes to the throat. The tongue stays away from the roof of the mouth. Now let's unwind. Lift the arms up. I'm going to go ahead and lower the hands down. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Open the chest. Look up. Continue to soften your hips. And then release your hands. Lengthen the legs out in front. And sit up nice and tall with your toes lifted. Again, we're going to go ahead and hinge forward. Straight back. Noticing a difference of how your body feels. Inhale, lifting out. Open it up. From butterfly, balance. Maybe by leaning back and lifting your feet. This is a good stretch for your upper back, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your wrists. Using the weight of the legs to help stretch. Now, if you want to advance this at all, you lengthen the legs. You can use a strap around the feet, or you can hold on to the feet. You can even have your legs a little bit bent. And the further you come together, the deeper you go. Good. You can also open up your legs and find a V-sit. Very comfortable. It's what it should be. Good. Bringing it back together. Lowering the feet down. Let's go ahead and scooch our tailbone forward towards our feet and lower down onto our back with our knees coming into our chest. Gonna just go ahead and rock, moving from side to side. Now roll around the sacrum. The hands down by your side. You're moving your knees around in a circle, keeping them together. Reversing the direction of the circle. Now let's bring the knees together. Lengthening the left leg. The right knee is still into the chest, but we're going to take our left hand onto that right knee. Extend the right arm out to the side and turn our head to the right. Crossing the knee over the body. finding a twist. Now let's inhale. Inhale, lifting the knee up, switching your legs. Soften your muscles. Where there's tension, acknowledge it. Breathe into it, let it go. And then cross it over and find your twist on the other side. Take your time. And one more big deep breath. And then we'll go ahead and inhale and lift the knee, coming flat onto your back. Bringing both knees into the chest. Feeling a release. Feeling the glutes, the shoulders. Clear your mind. Now lift your legs up, keeping that clarity of mind. Stretching. Pressing maybe into the heels and the backs of the knees, keeping the lower back anchored to the floor. Bend your knees, lowering the feet down to the ground. Opening up the knees, finding a butterfly. Draw the tailbone down towards your heels. Relax your hands down by your sides. Close your eyes. Now if you feel like you want to go ahead and lengthen your legs, go right ahead. Another alternative pose, another option that you have is to bend your knees and rest them into each other, opening up your feet. Or you can place pillows underneath your knees, giving yourself a little bit of support, allowing for the lower back to release. You want your shoulder blades to be in and down, your chin to be towards your throat, your tailbone towards the end of the mat. This is your shavasana. Shavasana is where you let everything go. You let go of what's happening in your life. You let go of the attachments that you have to material things. You can let go of the attachments that you have to people. Still having love, compassion. But what they do is not something that should influence how you live your life, how you feel towards yourself, or doing anything that is benefit to you. Release those attachments. Release the attachment to your physical body. Start paying attention to the mental state of mind that you're in, your thoughts, and how you react.
recognize your weaknesses and your strengths. They were both important. Let's bring our awareness to the crown of the head. And then finding a nice deep breath. Acknowledging the body. Locating our arms. Going down to the fingers and giving them a wiggle. Lifting the arms up and reaching back, pressing into the shoulders. Bending your knees and bringing them into the chest. Rolling over onto your side, using your arm as a pillow. And we will inhale and lift it up, and coming up into a comfortable seated position. And your shoulders are backing down. Reflect on how you feel and the changes that you've made and the changes that you want to achieve going forward. So inhale and raise the arms up overhead, bringing the mind and the body together as the palms touch. We exhale it down to heart center. Namaste.